Hi, my name is Felipe Mireles. I'm a culinary arts major here at the W. I'm from Fort Payne, Alabama, and I'm a freshman. Today I'm going to be making chicken fajitas, and to accompany them, we'll be making some flour tortillas. For the tortillas, we're going to need 2 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 cup of lard, or vegetable shortening. For the chicken fajitas, we're going to need paprika, cumin, red pepper flakes, salt, vegetable oil, lemon juice, oregano, salt, garlic powder, chili powder. First, we're going to start with the tortillas. So you'll grab 2.5 cups of flour. You want to have your lard already cut up into smaller pieces, and you'll add that into the flour. Then you'll add your baking powder and your salt. So just mix it all together, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out. With my hands right now, I'm just kneading, trying to get the lard to mix in with the flour. It should start turning into a dough, like a sticky, moist dough. I'm adding more lard or vegetable shortening because the dough is still pretty floury. So we have to get that dough texture. Culinary for me all started when I was about 9 or 10 years old. My mom got really sick, and my dad showed me how to make pancakes, so I could, cook something for my mom. And it just started then. I loved making food. I love eating it. Well, I really like culinary. There's a little bit of everything in it. There's everything from math, because you have to cut recipes in half and in thirds. And there's English, because you have to know how to read the recipe. And there's a lot of science behind it too. And not only that, but there's also like a creativity side. You get to put your mind in it. You're thinking outside of the box constantly. I had never actually heard of the W until Chef Henry. I met Chef Henry, a culinary teacher here at the W. She used to go to the W, and then she got offered a position, so she got transferred back. And one day she came back to say hi, but at the same time she was giving us information about the W, and ever since she started talking about it, it just attracted me. That was my home. When they had told me about the W, I thought it was going to be a really small town, because I had never heard of it. It's not a big school. But once you get here, the W is like, it just has so much to offer. It just feels like home. Yeah, so it exceeded my expectations of what I thought it was going to be. Another big thing about the W that I really enjoy is the student to teacher ratio. Since it's not a big town, it's not that much of a big school. There's probably about 20 to 30 students in each class, so you get a good feeling. You get to know your teacher and get more one-on-one with them. They get to know you and help you if you're needing anything. So that's really good. It's not a big classroom. You're not just a number. You're a person here. You may have to add water to it if you don't have enough lard, or you could add some milk just to go ahead and get that wet, moist feel to it. So once the dough is sticking together and it's starting to feel pretty wet, you want to put it on a surface, add some flour, and right now we're just going to knead the dough, get some air flowing into it. Well, both of my parents are Hispanic, so they are from Mexico. And that has brought a whole new style to cooking. Because being in America, I've got a good sense of American food, but going back to a Mexican household, it's a whole different set of plates they start making. But that has really influenced me to have 2 experiences with food. Once your dough is pliable and moist, and you feel like it's ready to go on to the next step, you want to cut it into about 10 or 12 balls. 10 or 12 balls. My favorite meal that my parents make are probably something like tacos. It's really, really basic, but you can do a lot with tacos. Add different seasonings, different flavors. I can't get tired of them. So you just keep separating it into smaller balls until you used up all the dough. There's a lot of pressure in being the first to go to college in your family, because there was no one there to help me. Most of the scholarship information and FAFSA and ACTs, I had to figure out myself. But that has helped me a lot as a person. It's helped me mature more. Besides culinary, I really like music. I love music. I joined the jazz band here at the W. I play the alto saxophone, and I really do enjoy it. If culinary wasn't my entire passion, music would come in close second. So once you have your the dough separated into smaller balls, you're going to put it back into the bowl you started with. And then you want to cover them and let them sit for about 30 minutes. So next we're going to start up with the chicken fajitas. First, you want to marinate your chicken. So we're going to start by adding all the ingredients and the chicken into a bowl. You're going to start with 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoon of oregano, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, half a teaspoon of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of paprika, and half a teaspoon of red pepper chili flakes. Then you just want to add your chicken, give it a mix. Now you can do this either in a resealable bag, just put all the stuff in a resealable bag, close it up, store it in the refrigerator for about 1 to 4 hours, or you can just mix it all in this bowl, leave it covered, and put it in the refrigerator for 1 to 4 hours. So while we're letting the chicken marinate, we're going to go ahead and start cutting our vegetables. For the chicken fajitas, we're going to use a yellow bell pepper, a green bell pepper, a red bell pepper, and a yellow onion. For economical reasons, you could just go with a green bell pepper. The taste of them are amazing. But if you have $1 or $2 extra, you could go get these colorful ones, add more color, and add more taste to your chicken fajitas. So we'll start by slicing them down the center. And for chicken fajitas, you want to get slices. So you're going to remove the seeds, and then you'll just cut into about 1/4 inch slices. After the bell peppers are cut, you'll want to start with your onion. We'll start by cutting it down the root and to the stem. Once you have it cut, you'll take off that top layer. Okay, now for this recipe, we'll only use half an onion. You'll take off the root and then just even slices. Scholarship's really important to me because they help you out. They give you a future. Being a Hispanic parent, I had 2 working parents, but I also have 2 siblings. And with those siblings, that meant I had to share my budget with 2 other people. But fortunately, the W offers tons of scholarships and tons of opportunities to give you that head start. And thanks to the ProStart Scholarship, along with other ones, I was able to finance my own education, and my parents haven't had to pay anything yet. So once you have all your vegetables cut up, let's go ahead and get the chicken back out of the refrigerator and cut that up as well. And you'll cut it the same way you did the vegetables, into slices. So before we start cooking the chicken, we're going to go ahead and make our tortillas just so we can have them prepared. I'm going to be using a press, but you can use a rolling pin. Now we'll add a little flour, just so the dough doesn't stick on there. Uncover your dough. You'll lay one out and press it down. There's your first tortilla. If you don't have a tortilla press or a rolling pin, you can easily do this by hand, just by starting at the center of the ball and spreading out until you get a really, really flat tortilla. So to start cooking your tortillas, you're going to heat a griddle or a skillet, and you want to get the flame really, really hot. You won't be needing any oil or nothing, but just make sure the pan is really, really hot. After your skillet or griddle is very, very hot, you'll start by putting your first tortilla down there, and you'll let the skillet work the magic. You're looking for the the dough to start getting a little bit dry. If you're lucky, sometimes they'll like puff up from the air getting inside of it. You want to check periodically under the tortilla. You'll be looking for like a golden, almost dark brown, crisp. So after the tortillas are made, we'll start with the chicken fajitas. You'll want to add about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Right now we're just waiting for the vegetable oil to get heated up, but then we'll add the chicken, cook that through first, then add the vegetables, and mix them all together. After your oil is ready, you'll go ahead and add the chicken. You want to wait. Your chicken's going to be pink when you start, but it'll become white as it cooks. So you really want to get rid of that pink color. Chicken doesn't take too long to cook. It doesn't take as long as a steak would. So just keep an eye on it. You don't want to get it past white, because you are going to add it back in with the vegetables. So once the chicken doesn't have that pink color anymore, we'll take it out of the skillet and set it to the side. And you want to leave the juices in the skillet for when you add the vegetables. So then you'll add your vegetables. And you'll move them around with the vegetable oil and the seasonings that are at the bottom. And for the vegetables, they'll shrink up once they're cooked. The onions will turn to golden brown. So then we'll go ahead and add our chicken back. If you have juices at the bottom of the bowl, go ahead and add those in. You'll mix them together. Okay, so after you have everything, the chicken and the bell peppers and the onions mixed up together, they all have that golden brown color, you're ready to plate. We'll get our tortillas. And then you'll just spoon or with some tongs grab some of the vegetables and the chicken and put them long ways on the tortillas. Add some vegetables. And there you have it. Homemade tortillas with chicken fajitas. My name is Felipe Mireles, and I am a future member of the Long Blue Line.